This chart shows the stark reality of the 2025 watch market. While retail MSRP has climbed steadily, secondary market valuations show a sharp decline. Today, as that widening gap between retail and market reality bleeds into the red, paying full price carries serious financial risk. Walk out the door of a boutique with the wrong brand on your wrist, and you are often losing up to 30% of your investment the second your shoes hit the pavement. But there is a countertrend. While legacy brands hike their prices, several entry-level manufacturers are delivering mechanical complications, like perpetual calendars, at a fraction of the cost of traditional luxury houses. We are going to cut through the PR hype today. I'll give you a scenario-matched blueprint for exactly where to deploy your budget in 2025, based on what you actually want out of a watch. The cold truth is that a heritage brand's marketing department no longer dictates what a timepiece is worth. The secondary market makes that call based on real-world demand. Look at this matrix, starting with our first category, the value maximizers. This is for buyers with a budget between $1,000 and $5,000, who care about the physical engineering of the watch rather than the logo printed on the dial. Brands like Tissot, Raymond Weil, and Frederic Constant lead the market in technical accessibility for 2025. For under £2,000, you can secure watches rivaling the aesthetics of a Cartier tank, or find high-complication movements that were once reserved for the ultra-wealthy. The trade-off is straightforward. You won't get mainstream status recognition at a dinner party. These watches are truly respected only by pure horology enthusiasts. Make no mistake, this specific price bracket is currently offering some of the strongest technical innovation per dollar in the entire industry. For pure horological enjoyment without depreciation risk, the entry-level tier is the safest harbor. Let's update the matrix for our next tier, the independents. This targets horology purists, buyers chasing mechanical innovation over mass market recognition. This space is dominated by names like Topic, Furlan Mari, and bespoke makers like Laurent Ferré. Securing one of these means acquiring a highly innovative, low production volume timepiece. They operate more as functional works of art. In terms of finishing and mechanical ingenuity, these independent names are now frequently outperforming established heritage giants in their respective price points. But getting one requires navigating limited allocations and enduring long waitlists, all while accepting a total lack of mass-market name recognition. For the absolute peak of modern watchmaking, look beyond traditional titans. The best work happens within these independent houses. That brings us to our final row, the legacy trap. This targets traditional luxury buyers seeking immediate mainstream status. Legacy names like Audemars Piguet, IWC, and Tag Heuer are currently falling into this category. While these brands provide immediate status signaling, they also punish the buyer with severe financial depreciation the very moment they leave the boutique. We're seeing brands like IWC struggle with an absence of clear identity, while Audemars Piguet has shifted away from its established masculine aesthetic toward more theatrical, celebrity-driven releases. However, there are exceptions. Not all heritage brands are failing their customers in this bracket. Rolex remains a primary outlier. They have successfully defended their brand equity and maintained strong, long-term value propositions across their entire catalog. Contrast that stability with Patek Philippe, which faces intense market pressure, while competitors like Vacheron Constantin consistently gain ground through superior design and value defense. Paying retail for many legacy names means accepting a significant financial loss on an asset the secondary market simply doesn't value at retail price. The true monetary value of any watch in 2025 is decided strictly on the secondary market, bypassing retail markups entirely. This diagram provides a final strategic framework. We start with one question: what is your primary buying motive for 2025? If your motive is pure horological value, bypass luxury names. Look to the sub-$5,000 category, specifically Tissot and Raymond Weil. If you have a higher budget and seek unique craftsmanship, hunt for independent makers like Laurent Ferré and Topic. If your motive is investment and status, stick strictly to legacy brands that actually hold their equity, specifically Rolex and Vacheron Constantin. But here is the wrong path. Avoid paying retail premiums for brands that are currently losing their identity, like AP, Tag Heuer, and IWC. The overarching rule for this year is simple. Never pay a retail premium for a brand that is merely coasting on its history. If you absolutely must own a luxury watch from one of those legacy brands, Go straight to the secondary market. Let the previous owner absorb the depreciation for you. Navigating the 2025 luxury watch market successfully isn't about the size of your budget. It's about knowing exactly what game your chosen brand is actually playing.